Today we are going to web scrape Amazon, and we're going to get the details of a particular product. Then we are going to send the price, its availability, and the product title to our own email account. So this is going to be a very interesting tutorial. Also, if you would like me to continue making such videos, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and even share the video. You can also comment to let me know the type of videos that you would like me to make. Yeah, so let's get into it. So I'm currently in this empty folder. I'm going to open it in my terminal. So I'll say code dot to open it in Visual Studio Code. Yes, so my Visual Studio Code is already opened. So I'm going to create a new file. I'm going to call it scraper.py. So this is the file that I'm going to code in. So the first thing we need is some libraries. So we are going to go back to our terminal. So if you don't have these libraries, so you should pip3 install requests library. So this is the library that we're going to use to get the page from the URL. And then also we need BS4, which is Beautiful Soup 4. This one is going to help us to parse the HTML and get its content. So we need those two libraries. So back in my editor, I'm going to have the imports. So I'm going to import requests. So the request is to get the URL. And then I'm going to use time so that we can make requests at different intervals. Then I'm also going to import stmtplib. So this is going to be used to send email to our Gmail. Then from BS4, I'm going to import Beautiful Soup. So Beautiful Soup is the one that we're going to use to parse the HTML. So I need a URL for the page, okay? So I'm going to go back to my Chrome. I'm going to search Amazon. So we're going to get the URL that we want. So I'm going to go to amazon.com. So yes, we're going to get Apple AirPod Pro. That is the product that we need. So I'm going to write Apple AirPods Pro. Yes, so let me just scroll and see. So this is the one I want. This one called Apple AirPods Pro. The one that we need. So I'm going to copy the URL. Then I'm going to go back to and paste it under URL there, okay? So up to there we are all set. So we need to get the page, okay? So I'm going to say page is equals to requests.get, and then I'm going to get the URL. But we need an header, okay? So we need an header that if we make a request, we will not be stopped from accessing it, okay? We need headers so that we cannot, some websites don't allow web scraping. So I'm going to copy this header here. It's one of the headers that I always use, and then I'm going to paste it there, okay? So that is the header we're going to use. Let me just push it to the start. Yes, so I think it's okay. So request.get, you have the URL, then headers is equals to headers. We're going to pass headers is equals to the headers that we just use so that we don't get blocked away. So I'm going to print the status code of the page. So if the status code is 200, then everything is running okay. So status code helps us to know if we are running okay when getting a URL. So Python 3 scraper.py, let's run the program. Then now let's wait and see. Yes, we are getting the status code of 200, so everything is running okay. So now let's get into getting the features of the product and everything, okay? So we will go to the website again where we have the Apple AirPods. So here now I want to get the price and also the name. Then I'll also get the availability. So we will inspect the page. Now let me try to zoom this in. It's small. I'll zoom it in to get the page. Okay. So we want this pan, which this class, A size mini twisted. So I'll come here and then I'll say soup is equals to Beautiful Soup, and then I'll pass the page. Then I'll pass the content from the page.content, and then I'll say HTML parser, because we're passing it as an HTML parser, okay? So let's just print soup for now. Let's see what we get when we just pass the page content to the beautiful soup. So when I run it in the terminal, say Python 3 scraper.py, let's wait for it. Yeah, you can see that now we have the page HTML, but it is not that beautiful and there's a lot of things in it. So we're getting the page HTML. So that is the beauty of beautiful soup. You can see you have the divs, the script, tables, links here. There's a lot of content here. So I'm going to go back and then I'm going to say soup.prettify to make it a little bit prettify. And now if I run the same code now, let's just wait for it because it's going to the website. You can see that it is a little bit organized. So the HTML elements are a little bit organized in this output. As you can see, some of the things that are in the website. Yes, so let's go back to our code, and then I'm going to grab the price. Okay, so I'm going to get the price. I want the price of the product, so I'll just say price is equals to soup.findAll. I want to find all span which has the class. You can see we want this span which has a class of a size mini twisted swatch price. So we want the price. You can just zoom it in. Yes, so we want the price here from this span, that $211.59. So we want to copy this class name, okay? And then I'll come here and pass it as a dictionary class, and then the value will be that class name, okay? And then I'm going to print the price. Let's see what we get if I print the price and run the code. So I'll run the code, and then now we're going to get that when we run it, it is a list, okay? The span is inside the list, but it's only one element in the list, so we'll grab the from index 0 to get the element. So we'll come there and pass indexed 0, and then now if we run it again, if we run the code now, you will find that it is now outside, it is without the list. So let's wait. Yeah, so it's just span without the list, but we want to get the text that is inside the span, so we'll just go and say get the text dot text. So we want the text from it, so we will run it again, and then we will see that now we have this text, but it has a white space before the $sign, okay? So we want to strip it of any white space, so I'll say dot strip removes any white space, so I want it to be stripped of any white space. Now if I run it now, if I run the code now, you'll find that now it is without any white space, okay? And you can also print the type of price, okay, so that we know which object is it. So if I run the type of price, find that it is a string, okay? It is a string, so the type of price is a string, so we're getting strings back. So let's find how many is left in the stock, how many of this product is left in the stock. So I'll come to where only one left in stock is using my crop dev tool, this up there. So I'll come to that, and you'll find it's in this span here, the span that is highlighted here, only one left in the stock, but this span is in this div, so I think we should get the div first. As you can see, the span is in the div, so let's get the div where the ID is availability, okay? So I'll copy the ID, and then I'll just go back to my Visual Studio Code, and then I'll delete this where we print the price. Then I'll just say availability is equals to soup dot, we want just to find only that div, so I'll just soup dot find, because we want to find only one element, which is the div, and then we want to pass as the ID as a dictionary key, and then the availability as the value, okay? So that will give us this div here with the span. So let's print the availability, and then when we run this now, let's run it, and then we see. So when we run it now, we will see that yes, this div comes back, but it has a span inside. Okay, so let me expand it. It has a span, only one left in stock. So we want to find the span, then we want to get the text out of it. So we will just find the span. So I'll go and say find. From it we find a span. Okay, because there's only one span, we just write find span. We don't need to provide any class. Okay, then if we run it again now, let's see, Python 3 scraper.py. Yes, we find the span comes with only one stock left in. Let me expand. Only one left in stock, but there is a white space in it. So we want to grab the text and we want to remove the white space. So let's grab the text. So I'll say dot text to grab the text out of it. Then we want to also run and see what we get. So I'll run it again. And then after that, now we're going to strip the white space. Let's see what we get first. Running it now, and as you can see, it's taking time. As it comes now, only one left in stock, but there's a lot of white space there, so we're going to strip it of the white space. Okay, so we're going to say text dot strip to strip the white space. Great. So when we run it now, we should get only one stock, only one left in stock, order text only. Yes, and that's great. As you can see, it's only one stock left and without any white space. So the next thing we're going to do is, let's go back to our site. So we have the price and the availability. So let's go back to our site. Let's get the title, okay? Where it's written Apple AirPods Pro. So I'll come to that. Then I'll see it's in this span written product title. Then it also has a white space. I'll copy the ID of product title from this span. Then I'll say title is equals to soup.find the span. We want to find the span. As a dictionary, we'll pass the ID. ID of product title. It's ID. I wrote class ID of product title. Then we will get the text from it, and then we will strip it of the white space. Okay, we want the text, and then we'll strip it of the white space. So we'll strip it off. So when we run it now, let's print title. Print title. So if we run it now, if we run it Python 3 scraper.py, we should get it, the title without any white space. So let's wait. Yes, now you see we get the Apple AirPods Pro without any white line. So we have the price, only one left in stock, and then we have the title. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is so I'm going to use time to make it sleep so that we don't get kicked out. So I'm going to say we want to make it sleep. So I'll say time.sleep for 5 seconds. Okay, so that it will sleep for 5 seconds before it runs the request. So that will help us not to be kicked out when scraping Amazon. Then I'll remove the printing of the title, price, and availability. So I want to define a function. Then we will use this function to send the code. So I'm going to this is the email section. I'm going to define a function that say def my email. Okay, it will send the email. Then I'm going to use server as a variable is equals to smtplib.smtp. okay, since you're going to use the Gmail, I'm going to go back to my Chrome and get the port and the Gmail SMTP server. Okay, so I'll say Gmail SMTP to get Gmail's credentials. So Gmail SMTP, and then let's wait and see. So we'll use this server smtp.gmail.com. So I'll copy this. You see the first one, Google SMTP server. So I'm going to use that, and then I'm also going to use this TLS required of 587 because we're using TLS. So I'll say I'll paste smtp.gmail.com and then 587, and then I'll say server.elo. You see, I'll say server.elo to send to test if it's working, and then I'm going to say server.start TLS because we're using the 587 TLS. Then I'm going to say server.l again to send to see if everything is working right. Then I'm going to log in. Okay, so I'm going to say server.login, and then here I'm going to pass my email that I'm going to use to log in, my email, and then password. So you'll pass your email and password, you log in. Okay, and then from here I'm going to let me just use my tutor python 7 at gmail.com. My password I'll input later, and then I'm going to use server.send mail, and then it is going to have from to, and then it's also going to have the message. Okay, which you still don't have, so it will have the message. And then I'm going to say server.quit to quit the server. Okay, now we need to define the variable message. So I'll have a subject that will be in my email. So I'll say subject. The subject, let me just spell it right, subject. And then I'll put it empty string, and then I'm going to have the message. It's going to say formatted string title is available. So it will have the title and then is available. Then I'm going to have a body, and then I'm going to use formatted string also, but I'll put the title first. Let me put the F there. So title, and then I'll say I want the price, title, and the availability. Then I'll say title current price is, and then I'll pass the price. Then I'll say and the remaining stock is, and then I'll pass the availability. And then now I'll say that my message, this new line message, is equals to subject plus body. Okay, but I want to add a new line to subject, so let me add a new line there so that it prints this other one in a different line, and then also add a new line here so there's a space between them. Okay, and then I'll just say message is equals to subject plus body. Okay, so let me write the from and to, and then I'll also write my password. So you can also write yours, but I'll call the function first. So I'm going to go and write from tutorpython7@gmail.com. That is the email I'm using to send them this, and then to is my email. And then I'm going to be back when I've already written my password. Okay, yes, so I'm back now. I've already written my password, so I'm just going to run this. So I'm going to open my email, and before I run it, I'll open my email. Yes, you can see I haven't received any email yet, so I'm going to run this script now. So I'll open a new terminal, then I'll run python 3 scraper.py. So I'll run it and then I'll wait for it to finish running. So I'm waiting for it to finish running. When it's finished running, I'll check my email to see if I've received an email. So it has finished running. So let me check my email. Then I'm refreshing it. And then as you can see now, I've gotten an email from Tutor Python 7, Apple AirPods price available, the Apple Pro current price is that, and the remaining stock. So ladies and gentlemen, that is how you can scrape any website and send it as an email to your own email. So if you like me to continue making more of these videos, please subscribe and don't forget to share and like the video. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.